Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti and you can find my information in the description box below. This video is an energy reading for the Leo new moon. This will be by sign. I'm going to start with the channeled messages and then I'll go into the energy by sign. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so by visiting my website, linked below. And remember that this is a general reading. Some of this information may or may not resonate with you. Also, remember to look at the energy for yourself. So as you're going through the signs, sun, moon, rising, pause the video and take a look at the card, the spirit animal, the angel number. See if anything resonates with you, if you're getting any messages. And also pay attention to these symbols appearing in your daily life, because that is the universe trying to send you a message, a confirmation. So let's go ahead and get into the Leo new moon and the astrology. So the moon is exact at 8:42 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I was trying to get this video out earlier, but we've been having some very strange weather here in the Bay Area. And we had some power outages yesterday with the heat wave and the storms coming through. And it was just hard for me to stay online. But anyways, we're still here. We're still on time. So like I said, this new moon is exact at 8:42 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can see the ritual times here. Remember that this energy will play out over the next 2 weeks until we get to the full moon. This new moon is great for setting intentions. It's dramatic, romantic, and charismatic being in Leo, but could also be egotistical and narcissistic. These are also Leo shadow traits. This new moon is occurring on a Tuesday, which has a magical connection to Mars, the energies of passion, strength, power, and ambition, which are also Leo traits. And this new moon is making a trine to Mars, which is becoming really strong right now as he's beginning to slow down and prepare for his retrograde. So this new moon is extra potent for action, manifestation, and really taking charge, taking control. This new moon is also in alignment with Leo in Mercury. So communications, ideas, learning, and problem solving are highlighted. We're just feeling more ambitious, more willing to take the action steps that we need to take. This new moon is making hard aspects to Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, all in Capricorn, quincunxing. So, you know, Saturn is about restrictions and limitations. And this is just kind of letting us know, you know, where we need to be more aware of the reality checks, right? The things that we are, goals that we're trying to achieve, the things that we're trying to accomplish. You know, Saturn is kind of like, okay, do you really have what it takes? Are you willing to do the work involved? Aries, are you willing to just move beyond that energy of initiating? And this could be stop and go energy, frustrations with government decisions, money and power struggles. We're seeing a lot of the consequences of the incongruency with handling the reopening of the economy due to this pandemic. Some people are open, some are not. Some people are doing their own thing, like people opening up businesses that are supposed to be closed, and people trying to survive, people trying to make it. And oh, this is again making that hard aspect to Mars. So this is just frustrating, right? We've got to do something. So let's get into the channeled messages that came through for this Leo new moon. And the first one that came through was many dark nights of the soul due to the accelerated healing crises. So as a teacher and anybody else who resonates with that archetype, you know that we go through a lot of dark nights of the soul, because that's where we get a lot of our material. That's a lot of how we are able to connect to the collective, because we pick up on the energy that's going on, but it also triggers us for healing and awakening. So there's a lot of that going on right now as the whole entire world is going through a collective dark night of the soul. You know, on an individual basis, we're also going through these little points of crisis and healing throughout our day even. And this is helping us to really move through our healing and our ascension in an accelerated way. The next message I got was not acquiescing to lower energies. Acquiescing to lower vibes is an abuse of your power as an empath. We're supposed to use our sensitivity as a tool to identify energies that need healing and transmute them if necessary. We're not supposed to back down. We're not supposed to give in. We're not supposed to compromise when it comes to lower vibrational energies. If we're aware of what's going on, then we need to stand in our power as sovereign human beings, as empaths, as awakened people, and like I said, either transmute that energy, move away from that energy. Usually that's what you need to do because we can't change people, but it's all about trusting your intuition in that moment. The next message I got was about letting people get their karma. Don't interfere or help unless you're guided to do so. There's a lot of people learning lessons right now very quickly, and this is necessary for their journey and their awakening. Now, maybe we've gone through what they're going through and we can offer them some advice if they're open to that, but we need not interfere with their process because there's things that they need to get along the way, and we could be interfering with that. So yes, it's painful to watch people go through things, but again, it's about us trusting our guidance, trusting our inner wisdom, and making the right decisions based on the energy that is present. Another message I got was to be very diligent about spiritual protection, right? Our spiritual protection rituals. And these are the things that we do on a practical level, like our crystal grids, or just carrying our protection crystals, saging our home and ourselves, invoking deities, invoking spiritual protection. These are things that we should be doing on a daily basis if we've kind of let them slip, just because people are going through this collective healing and purging. So there's, extra density present, and it's very important for us as sensitives to protect ourselves and to be aware that these energies are floating around. Another message I got was about using natural remedies for curing ascension symptoms. Now, I have to make this disclaimer, of course, if you are experiencing anything that is physically debilitating or making you uncomfortable or suspicious in any way, to definitely go see your doctor or primary care physician. But a lot of us kind of know at this point, if you're listening to this type of material, that ascension symptoms just resonate differently. They're not comfortable. We definitely feel the pain. We go through the process. But on some level, we know that it's an ascension symptom. And even if we do go to the doctor, a lot of times they can't help us, right? So a lot of the natural remedies that are available to us that are free, these are the things that are going to help us be more comfortable as we go through that process of purging, of shifting our DNA, of changing who we are, because we are evolving, right, at an accelerated rate. So things like aromatherapy and removing electronics from your bedroom. This is very important because remember, frequency travels through electronics. Not protecting yourself spiritually, or you are suffering from some sort of illness, or you're just in a lower vibrational state, you are making yourself available and open to lower entities, especially if you have a lot of electronics in your room. So take the TV out, even take out the lamps. You really should only be sleeping and having sex in your bedroom, but do what resonates with you. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the holy pause. This comes up a lot in the energy readings, right? Just taking that moment or moments throughout the day to check in with yourself. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. Am I, feeling like I'm in a lower vibrational state or a higher vibrational state? What am I thinking about? Am I hungry? Am I tired? Am I wearing comfortable clothing? Like, what's going on with me? When you're able to do this, it's easy for you to get to know your personal vibration, first of all. And when you're out of balance, you can quickly correct that so that you can stay in that higher vibrational state, so that you can manifest, do your healing work, do your light work. Detox is another way to reduce the severity of ascension symptoms. So keeping your diet clean or just going on a detox plan. And I am all for fasting, but if that does not resonate with you, there are other ways to detox. So research and figure out a way that works for you. I know a lot of people can't go without food because they are on certain medications. Detoxing your environment, right? Decluttering your home, maybe incorporating feng shui, detoxing your mind, right? Turning off the TV. I know there's a lot of television watching going on right now, but pick up a book, take a walk in nature, meditate, just anything to disconnect from the mental clutter. It's going to help you to feel more balanced, more grounded during this time of transition, which is going to be ongoing, right? We're just at the beginning of this cycle. And these lunations, these new moons, these full moons, think of these as milestones, as checkpoints, if you will, so that we can kind of come back to ourselves, make sure that we're staying in alignment with our intentions, make sure that we are releasing what no longer serves us, to make sure that we are manifesting, calling in the spiritual guidance and help that we need, just to make sure that we are staying on point. So let's get into the astrology by sign, and the timestamps are listed in the description box below. Leo and Leo rising, this new moon is occurring in your first house. We all get one new moon and one full moon every year. This new moon is making a trine to Mars in Aries, your 9th house of higher education, media, publishing, belief systems. So Leo, I really feel like you're going through a sort of mental and spiritual upgrade. You've had a lot of upheaval in your life as of recently, maybe with work, a lot of things just kind of stopping for a lot of you. But this new moon is making an alignment with Mercury, which is also transiting your sign. So this indicates that you do have more clarity coming in, that you just need to keep your mind right, keep your grind right, especially with Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto in your 6th house, kind of challenging your belief systems, right? About your daily routines. Perhaps you're dealing with some health issues, but there's just a lot of things going on in your day, or perhaps there were a lot of things happening and now you're kind of at this standstill. You're being restricted. There's a lot of frustration. With there's some money struggles right now. But what is happening is you are beginning a new cycle within your health, in your daily routines. You're beginning a new cycle of belief systems. So focus on, like I said, getting your mind right, getting your grind right, taking care of yourself on all levels, making sure that you are keeping a schedule, right? Maybe you don't have a lot going on right now, but that means that you need to focus on maybe getting more education, signing up for a course, or taking a little road trip, whatever's going to make you feel better, right? Maybe look at getting a pet if you're at home more, right? And animals are very soothing and therapeutic. So let's move on to the oracle cards, and I was led to the Psychic Tarot, and the Star card, the Hope card, reverse came out. This is the Star card in Tarot, Major Arcana. So it does indicate a lack of self-trust or feeling disconnected from your intuition at this time. Remember that your faith is being tested. Your intuition only gets stronger when there's pressure applied to it. So pay attention during the day to opportunities where you can use your intuition and train this new belief system that you're trying to incorporate. It's in times like this that you really learn to trust spirit. That 9th house rules spirituality. Maybe you are bored, like I said, and uninterested with Saturn here putting limitations on you, but you're the only one that can pull yourself out of that funk. So do whatever it takes to get yourself back into that healthy place. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 183 came up. This is a number of trust, trusting that the universe will always provide what you need, the healing, the money, the provision, the love. Your intuition is providing you with guidance that will lead you to material provision and new opportunities for you to thrive. So pay attention in your day-to-day life. Use your talents and skills. Angel number 183 says that you can use what you have to achieve your goals. So use your talents and skills to their utmost. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and koala is showing up for you. Koala shows up to bring a sense of calm and joy into your daily life through self-love, through meditation. So again, if you have more time on your hands, this is an indication that you are to focus on your health and well-being and your beliefs. Use this downtime to nurture yourself and to strengthen your intuition and your new belief system. Koala spirit also comes in to help you release and dispel negative vibes that could build up, from being bored or just not really being in a space of gratitude, right, for your daily routine. Let's move on to the crystal, and citrine is showing up for you, Leo. Citrine is a solar plexus chakra stone that increases your focus, happiness, and energy, which is what you are all about, Leo. It's going to uplift your spirits and bring more joy and success into your daily life. Citrine is going to boost your confidence and personal power so that you'll have the energy to achieve your daily goals. It's also going to help you to attract money if that's something that you need. So thank you so much for listening and watching, Leo. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Happy new moon. Virgo and Virgo rising, this Leo new moon is occurring in your 12th house of secrets, research, charity work, things behind the scenes. The 12th house is also very karmic. It's about spiritual practices, endings. This new moon is making a trine to Mars in Aries, your 8th house. So this new moon is really about endings to bring in new beginnings for you. So the 8th house is about shared resources, intimacy, healing, death, and rebirth. And this new moon is in alignment with Mercury and Leo. So you're really thinking about how you can heal from the past, how you can remove yourself from karmic cycles. How are you able to really connect to spirit in your own way, identifying those self-limiting and self-sabotaging patterns so that you can heal them, so that you can move past them. This new moon is being challenged by all this energy in Capricorn, Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter in your 5th house of creativity, love. So there could be some issues here with intimacy, with love, just because you are going through this cycle of healing. So it might be a time for you to really tap into that hermit energy, right? Of just being in solitude so that you can heal, so that you can really revamp your thought processes and allow certain aspects of you to die so that new and creative and fun and loving and exciting energy can come in as you move into this new cycle. So this new moon, because it is being challenged with all this Capricorn energy, can be frustrating. There could be some stop and go energy, perhaps some financial struggles, especially here with the 8th house energy, maybe some developments perhaps, or issues with shared resources. But overall, this is a great new moon for you to kind of take a step back, reevaluate where you are in terms of healing. And if you do need to engage in more therapeutic activities, this could also be about you having to invest in something long term, right? 8th house is investment, 12th house is things behind the scenes, research. So maybe you are considering investing in something that's going to be beneficial for you in the long run. Right? Maybe a creative pursuit. Maybe you're making an investment for your children's future as well. So let's move on to the oracle cards. And I was led to the Psychic Tarot, and the Empress came up, the fertility card. So this is about you connecting to your healing, like I mentioned, that feminine energy. And it does signal that you are in a stage of growth and regeneration. This is enhancing your Virgo nature, right? So encouraging you to get outside, to go into nature more, to really connect to spirit, the elementals. I really feel like they have a message for you. Connecting to higher states of consciousness. This could also signal that you are either pregnant now, or could indicate that a pregnancy is impending, because 12th house, 8th house, 5th house energy does indicate gestation and fertility and pregnancy right along with this card. So that might not resonate with all of you, but just be mindful that energy is here. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 539 is showing up for you, Virgo. This is about you releasing all fear and just acting on your guidance. So with this energy here in Capricorn, especially Saturn, 8th house, 12th house can bring up fear and anxiety. But know that you will always feel supported when you're doing your light work. So keep on shining, keep on meditating, keep on doing your healing work. Changes and adjustments are coming when 539 shows up. So allow the old to leave your life and thank it or them for the lessons and the time. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the ant is showing up for you, Virgo. This is about you connecting to your soul tribe or connecting to other light workers so that you can do some healing work together. Teamwork and utilizing other people's resources, like that 8th house energy, can be very healing and very helpful for you. The ant also speaks to life-changing opportunities that could seem hard at first, but they're well worth it. Again, 12th house, 8th house, transformation, right? Changes that could seem difficult. We know the spiritual journey is difficult, but it's worth it. The ant also shows up to give you courage, strength, and determination to continue on your journey. Let's move on to the crystal, and Apache tears are showing up. Apache tears is one of the grief stones. So if you've had to release something with that 12th house or 8th house, if something is dead and it has to go, Apache tear will help you with the grieving process. It's a very highly grounding and protective crystal, especially against energy vampires. It helps to reveal false light, right? So if you are working with other people in healing work, this will help you to know who has your best interests in mind and who doesn't. Apache tears are great for helping you to get over anything, like I said, that has left your life, or any shifts that have impacted your life in a major way. It's going to help you to get through that. And Apache tear is highly effective against chronic fear and pain. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again. Happy new moon. Libra and Libra rising, the Leo new moon is occurring in your 11th house of goals, friends, dreams, corporate and business income. This new moon is making a trine to Mars in Aries, who's becoming really strong as he's preparing to retrograde. And Aries is your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, the people you hire. This new moon is also in alignment with Mercury in Leo. So you're really thinking about your relationship goals. And are you happy in your relationship? Are you happy with any contracts or connections that you're in? Are they lucrative for you? Are they beneficial for you? With Jupiter, Pluto, and Capricorn, and Saturn here in Capricorn making a hard aspect to Mars, you're definitely investigating this area, because this is your 4th house of home, family, lifestyle. So maybe you are in a relationship and you're questioning how this particular person is going to fit into your lifestyle, or perhaps you're pursuing a relationship that is in alignment with your values and how you feed yourself, right? This could also be about you perhaps being challenged in your home and family life and your relationships, because you're wanting something new, right? What you're in is not in alignment with your goals and dreams. So take what resonates for you. But this could present some frustrating energy, stop and go energy. Perhaps there are some money struggles, right? With the 11th house being challenged by the 4th house. Maybe you are waiting on some money to come in from a corporation, from a job, and this could be creating some challenges here. But the relationship energy is pretty strong, so you can get through this. This new moon is great for setting intentions for you, Libra, because it is in the 11th house of intention setting. So ensure that you're making time to set some intentions, especially in the area of relationships and money, right? Let's move on to the oracle cards. And from the Psychic Tarot, the Power card came out. This is the Strength card in Major Arcana Tarot. So sometimes I see this card as someone being in your life that's wearing a mask. So again, with this energy of relationships here, you know, make sure that you're trusting your intuition when it comes to intimate relationships. Know that you control your life and that you have what it takes to achieve your goals. With the Power card coming out, others may have underestimated you or tried to take advantage of you because they haven't seen you come out in beast mode yet. So this could go in a variety of directions, right? Maybe you need to be more beast mode with your goals and dreams. Perhaps you've been too focused on relationships, or maybe this relationship that you're in is going to help you to achieve your goals and dreams. But again, be mindful of anybody wearing a mask, being fake. If you're having challenges in your personal life that are creating obstacles to you achieving your goals, know that you have what it takes. So do what you need to do regardless. Let's move on to the angel number, and 167 is showing up. This is confirmation that as far as your goals and dreams are concerned, you are headed in the right direction. So keep up with your intentions, your affirmations, your visualizations. Just like this Power card, you need to view yourself in a higher light because you are changing. Your views are changing. Your view about the world is changing based on what you want to achieve. If this is not happening, this is what you need to do. Shift your view. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Angel number 167 is also an indication that positive affirmations and visualizations are being supported. So you're really being supported again in goal achievement this month with this new moon in Libra. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the giraffe is showing up. Giraffe spirit asks you to see things from a bigger picture. Again, changing the way you view things. The giraffe is also about meditation and visualizations. The giraffe only sleeps about 3 hours a day because they need to keep their eyes open, right? When it comes to your intimate relationship, the giraffe spirit shows up to let you know that love is stronger than pride. So if there is somebody in your life wearing a fake exterior, wearing a fake mask, remember that love conquers all. So continue to love yourself, and anything that is unlike love will reveal itself. Let's move on to the crystal, and pink tourmaline is showing up. This is a powerful heart chakra stone for healing. It's also great for anybody dealing with mental health issues because it has high amounts of lithium. The pink tourmaline is also great for helping you to attract the love that you deserve. So if you're dating multiple people perhaps, or you're considering a particular love interest, allow pink tourmaline to help you to use the discernment that's in your heart. So thank you so much for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again. Happy new moon. Scorpio and Scorpio rising. This Leo new moon is occurring in your 10th house of career, reputation, authority figures. This new moon is making a trine to Mars, who's becoming really strong because he's slowing down, preparing to retrograde. So this new moon is extra potent for career. It is in challenging aspect to Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn in that 3rd house. And it is in alignment with Mercury and Leo. 10th house. So again, this is a lot of energy around career, work. Maybe you're really busy with work. Perhaps you've had some adjustments, right? You're working from home now. You're really having to make a schedule. You're having to really follow a kind of a ritual, a daily routine in order to get things done. You're having to answer a lot of emails. There's a lot of telephone calls, a lot of Skype meetings now. So this has definitely been an adjustment for you. It could be frustrating. It could be, you know, kind of stop and go energy, but you are initiating more ideas. There's a lot of opportunities for solving problems with this energy being supportive of this new moon, right? But you are very busy with work, or perhaps you're looking for a new job, right? Because of this pandemic, maybe you lost your job, unfortunately, so you've been busy making phone calls, like I said, sending out your resume, maybe doing some Skype interviews. It's a very different work environment indeed. But there's fresh energy here for you to set intentions about the job that you want, the career that you want to bring in, or maybe making those adjustments so that you can really embrace this opportunity to work from home, right? This is also about making sure, like I mentioned, that you're keeping a good schedule, that you're following a routine, rituals, taking care of your health, making sure that you're taking breaks, that you're not just plowing away at work for hours at a time. And this is also about you creating a great work environment for yourself, making sure that your work desk and your office is not cluttered. Let's move on to the Oracle cards. And from the Psychic Tarot, the Solitude card came up in reverse. This is the Hermit card in Major Tarot. So again, this speaks to you maybe having to work from home and feeling isolated from the world due to this pandemic. Maybe this is not something you're accustomed to and you're having to learn this new environment, right, of connecting to people online and really having to manage yourself and your time, meeting deadlines. Perhaps you're feeling apprehensive about having to learn these new skills, right, of these Zoom calls. And, you know, this is definitely presenting some challenges for people, but this is providing an opportunity for you to explore different ways of connecting with people. Perhaps you do need time for reconnection. So again, going back to that work schedule, working with blocks, that will allow you to focus on work for a certain amount of time, and then you'll have time to connect to people, to talk to friends and family, to take a walk. Maybe you've had to shut people out because your work has been so crazy and busy. But check in with people, see how they're doing. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 96 shows up. This speaks to endings and closures, which are necessary. And like I mentioned, you may have felt isolated because of your work, because of all the stuff going on with your job. Maybe you lost a job, like I mentioned, and so you're having to make some adjustments to your lifestyle. Maybe you're having to downgrade, right? You're having to move or remove some things, sell some things so that you can come up with some funds. This is also just about decluttering in general. Maybe because you've been at home more, you're starting to notice there's things that are surrounding you that are stealing your energy because you just don't want them anymore. They don't belong in your space anymore. This is also a number that speaks to working so much perhaps to keep up with a certain lifestyle or environment that's no longer a good fit for you. It's time to let it go because maybe you can't afford it anymore, or perhaps you need to let your environment go to move to another location so that you can get another job. So take what resonates with you. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the kangaroo is showing up. So this is confirmation that some of you, it's time for you to take a leap, to go for that new career, knowing that you have the ground beneath you. I know that you're a water sign, but stay grounded. Kangaroo lets you know that you can only move forward right now. Change is inevitable. So being in hermit mode will not prevent this. Like I mentioned, maybe you have been using your work as an excuse to not connect to people, or perhaps you have been buried with work. And this is creating some imbalance for you. It's time for you to be noticed. Maybe you have been doubting yourself when it comes to this job or this new work environment, but know that when Kangaroo shows up, you have what it takes. And what you need to know, you will learn quickly when Kangaroo Spirit is here supporting you. Let's move on to the crystal, and lapis lazuli shows up. Lapis lazuli is a powerful throat and third eye chakra stone that stimulates wisdom and good judgment, like the Hermit card upright. It also enhances intellect and your ability to learn new skills. Lapis lazuli is also great for attracting a promotion or recognition in the workplace. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful new moon. Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, the Leo new moon is occurring in your 9th house of higher education, media, foreign travel, belief systems, spirituality. This new moon is trine to Mars in Aries, who is becoming very potent right now as he's slowing down, preparing for retrograde. And this is in your 7th house of partnerships, marriage, the people you hire. This new moon is in alignment with Mercury and Leo. So you're really thinking about your relationships and your belief systems and how they've had an impact on your intimate relationships, how you've shown up in relationships. This new moon is being challenged with Mars by Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn in Capricorn, which is 2nd house energy of self-esteem, values, boundaries. So again, this has really been a big deal for you lately, thinking about how you are giving too much of yourself in relationships where you're not getting reciprocity. And it all has to do with the belief systems that you have around relationships, how you believe in yourself, and how you are staying aligned with your spiritual practices, which is really self-love, right? So this sometimes can be frustrating, right? If you're dealing with relationships that are kind of lingering, that you know you need to let go of, or perhaps you are having some challenges now in relationships because you're realizing you're not getting what you want. And if you're single, this is about you really standing strong in your personal truth and beliefs, knowing that you deserve the best, that you deserve happiness and love and affection and attention, and you're not going to settle for less. This could also indicate some money issues, but this again goes back to your belief systems. You have to believe that you're abundant in order for you to attract the abundance. It's not just about you wanting it. You don't get what you want, you get what you believe. Let's move on to the Oracle cards. And from the Psychic Tarot, the Foundations and Achievement card came out in reverse. So it could be that the person you're trying to be in a relationship with is already committed. This is also about you striving for inner harmony, no matter what others think of you, if you've doubted yourself in the past. The Four of Wands reversed, Foundations and Achievement, is showing up to help you celebrate the small wins, despite any insignificant distractions that have come up on your path. And like I mentioned earlier, this is about maybe being in a relationship that's unstable. There's a lack of clarity. So this card shows up to remind you that you're worthy and that you need to be determined to do what it is that you need to do to act on that worthiness. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 524 is showing up. This is a number that lets you know that you're guided towards new beginnings of all kind, especially with intimate relationships. Ask your angels and guides for help with all of your goals, no matter how mundane. And number 524 shows up to help you seek integrity, honesty, and reciprocity in all relationships. But you have to believe that you deserve it. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the moth is showing up. The moth is another animal of emotional and spiritual transformation, helping you to move away from drama and unrequited love situations. The moth reminds you to not allow past relationship dramas to poison any potential new love interest coming in. The moth supports you in learning from your shadow traits and getting the lessons without having to sacrifice your personal power. Let's move on to the crystal, and honey calcite is showing up. This is also called amber calcite. This is about you releasing lack of self-worth, lack of self-esteem. Amber calcite helps you to accept and work through change, release sexual issues and abuse related to intimate relationships so that you don't take these energies forward into new relationships. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Happy new moon. Capricorn and Capricorn rising. This Leo new moon is occurring in your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, trust, psychological healing, the cycles of life. This new moon is making a trine to Mars and Aries, who's becoming very strong because he's slowing down, preparing to retrograde. And this is your 4th house of family, home, lifestyle, and how you feed yourself. So this is very personal energy for you because Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn, your 1st house, are challenging this new moon. So you're definitely feeling some adjustments, like I mentioned, in your personal life, in your lifestyle, how you're feeding yourself, your wants, your needs, right? I think of the 4th house as kind of like the inner baby, and then your 8th house is about rebirth and inheritances, shared resources. So you're really entering into a new cycle here where you've transformed, where you're healing, and now you want your lifestyle to reflect this level of healing that you've come through, right? And you're still going through a process of renewal because of all this energy in your sign, but this is good. It's all good, even if it doesn't feel good at times, right? Because it has to hurt to heal. So this could be frustrating. This could definitely bring in some money issues with this 8th house energy, 4th house energy. Perhaps you've had to move. Maybe your shared resources situation is a little tricky. There's been some developments there. But ultimately, this is about us kind of checking ourselves and seeing where we have some incongruencies in our lifestyle versus what we want to bring into our lives, where we need healing, where we need to make some adjustments, where we need to trust ourselves more, where we need to believe in ourselves more and feed ourselves more, support ourselves more. Let's move on to the oracle cards, and I was led to the Psychic Tarot, and Conflict and Defeat, 5 of Swords reverse came out. So this is about you picking your battles, right? With shared resources, 8th house energy, this is other people. Other people may be coming at you, triggering you for healing. So just know that and be aware. This is about you moving away from negativity, right? Let people go their own way. It's about you supporting yourself. Other people, like I said, could be coming at you with distractions, exes, things you're moving away from. You just want to detach, forgive, and forget. And you have the power to do that. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. What's done is done. So allow yourself to heal. Let certain situations die. And focus on loving yourself and taking care of yourself. And making sure that you have what you need. Let's move on to the angel number. Angel number 71 is showing up for you. This indicates that you are growing stronger spiritually, which means that you are transforming, that you're moving through this cycle, and that you're being supported in your healing and your rebirth. So persist on your path, no matter what other people are doing. Like I mentioned, no matter what people are coming at you with. Keep moving forward on your healing journey. Like the steps on this card, trust that you're being guided, right? You may not know where the steps are leading to, but you know that you need to move away from certain things. You may not be where you want to be, but thank God you're not where you used to be. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the snake is showing up. The snake is a powerful transformation animal totem, death and rebirth, again connecting to that 8th house energy, shedding old skin. The snake is showing up, confirming that it's time for you to move away from the snakes in your life. This card indicates spiritual strength and Kundalini activation, which often happens after painful healing cycles, right? Everything has a purpose, even the crises in your life. This is also indicative of spontaneous Kundalini healing, especially with that 4th house energy. Let's move on to the crystal, and blue lace agate is showing up for you. This is an excellent throat chakra stone for emotional healing. You've had a lot of energy in very personal houses, like I've mentioned, so it's important for you to use your affirmations, to speak your truth, to be heard, so that people know what it is that you need. Blue lace agate is also great for alleviating tension and anger. It's also great for healing childhood trauma. Again, with 8th house, 4th house, this could definitely trigger childhood wounds. But it's all about us becoming aware so that we can heal them. Blue lace agate is also great for communicating in a way that makes you feel heard. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Happy Leo New Moon. Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This Leo new moon is occurring in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, marriages, the people that you hire. This new moon is making a trine to Mars in Aries, who's becoming very strong because he's going retrograde very soon. And Mars is in your 3rd house of communications, transportations, and the mind. So there could be a particular love interest on your mind. Perhaps you're seeking a new relationship. Maybe you are engaging in a relationship with people in your local environment. Perhaps you're in some player energy too. I always see this connection sometimes as somebody's just playing the field, right? But you have some challenging aspect here with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in your 12th house. Again, challenging this Mars. So you're really dealing with a lot of karmic situations wrapping up, confronting your self-sabotage. Perhaps you are becoming more spiritual because this 12th house energy has been with you for a while, challenging you, awakening you to your skeletons in your closet, the things that you keep secret, the things behind the scenes. So this could be frustrating. This could be some stop and go energy. Perhaps there's some money struggles going on within your relationship, but we're ultimately seeing the consequences of our incongruency collectively and personally. So this could go in a lot of directions. I feel like some of you Aquariuses are in some obsessive energy. You're thinking about someone all the time, and this may or may not be the person that you're in a relationship with. So let's move on to the Oracle cards, and I was led to the Psychic Tarot, and fulfillment of wishes came up, the 9 of Cups. So this confirms the thinking of having the ideal relationship come in. You want your wish to come true, or maybe you've met the person that is complete wish fulfillment. But again, I sense that there's some challenges here with this 12th house energy. Perhaps there's something that you need to let go of before you can bring in this wish fulfillment. This card also speaks to counting your blessings, looking back and seeing how far you have come. If you notice that the water behind this man is kind of tumultuous, it's a waterfall. But you're ready to express your emotions with the water and the scroll on this card. Ready to reveal what you have been doing behind the scenes. Ready to reveal your love for someone. Let's move on to the angel number, and 513 is showing up. 513 is a number of change. The changes coming in are the answers to your prayers. Confusion is of the devil. Angel number 513 shows up, reminding you to ask your spirit team for clarity. This number indicates that new doors are opening for you, so trust your guidance and move forward without fear. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and koala shows up. Koala is about boundaries, setting healthy boundaries in relationships, in your environment. Koala also helps you to avoid codependent situations in relationships. And Aquariuses, you've been dealing with that a lot. Relationships that are just one-sided, or perhaps you're not fulfilled. You need to be the source of your own nurturing and happiness, though, when the koala shows up. And this koala spirit animal always reminds me of that song, "Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier." I don't know why, but I feel like maybe you're experiencing some real challenges when it comes to your intimate relationships. Maybe you have choices to make. So koala is showing up to support you in making the right choice. Let's move on to the crystal, and malachite is showing up for you. Malachite is a highly protective heart chakra stone that absorbs negative energy. Malachite assists you in safely opening your heart. So if you've experienced heartbreak in relationships, it helps you to not take that energy forward into new connections. Malachite helps you to release outworn patterns and fears, and it's a great crystal for helping you to overcome the fears associated with intimate relationships. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful new moon. Hello, Pisces and Pisces rising. This Leo new moon is occurring in your 6th house of health, daily routines, pets, and coworkers. This new moon is making a trine to Mars in Aries, who's becoming really strong as he's slowing down, preparing to retrograde. And Mars is in your 2nd house of boundaries, income, talents. So perhaps you are looking to earn more money on your job. The 6th house does rule coworkers. Maybe you're just looking for a raise, but not necessarily a promotion. Maybe you've been having to do extra work because of this pandemic. Perhaps there's been some reorganization and your work boundaries have changed. Maybe you've been called upon to really utilize your talents. This could also be about your home life, your daily routines, right? Maybe you've moved and your daily routines have changed. You are being challenged. This new moon is challenging your energy with 11th house. Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn here have been here for a while, challenging this Mars. So your goals, your dreams, corporate and business income. The 2nd house, 11th house, these are money houses. So maybe you are, again, looking to increase your income. Maybe this is a good time for you to ask for a raise, because you have been doing more work. Or maybe your goal is to be self-employed. But this energy is frustrating with Mars here, being challenged by Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. Stop and go energy. Perhaps there are some money struggles like I mentioned, but this is about you really taking control of your daily life, maybe creating schedules. Your daily routine is very important when it comes to boundaries and your earning capacity, because the more you are able to produce, the more you can earn, and you produce more when you have better time management. So let's move on to the Oracle cards. And from the Psychic Tarot, the Obstacles and Challenges card came up. This is the 5 of Swords in traditional tarot. So like I mentioned, your daily life may be challenging your self-worth and your sense of stability. Again, money issues might be a factor. This could also be changes in your job, changes in your responsibilities, especially with Saturn here. Perhaps your new responsibilities are not in alignment with your goals, or perhaps you want your daily routine to be more in alignment with your goals. But this is about just avoiding that having to win at all costs energy. Don't step on people to achieve your goals, to get money, right? Because people in your daily life will support you and help you, but you've got to be straightforward and protect your boundaries before you find yourself in a place you don't want to be in. So maybe you need to manage your money a little bit better. You know, that needs to be a part of your daily routine, budgeting and making sure that you have what you need to get through your day. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 86 is showing up. This is about you offloading the old in your daily life and routines, the things that no longer serve you. Trust that your monetary needs will be met, just like the angels on this card. Your spirit team is working behind the scenes to support you as you move forward. It's kind of a Pisces thing to feel vulnerable, but know that you are always safe and protected, no matter what's going on in your life. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the sea lion is showing up. The sea lion says, instead of worrying about money or your daily routines, use your Pisces power to channel that energy into your creativity, into creating the life that you want. Sea lion is aligned with that 11th house energy of going for your dreams. Like the 6th house, pay attention to your health and stay in touch with natural rhythms when the sea lion is showing up. And I always like to think of the sea lion as a reminder to take that holy pause. And I talked about this in a lot of my videos, just taking a few moments out of your day, several times a day, to check in with yourself, to see how you're doing, to see what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you need. The sea lion also reminds you that you have the ability to adapt to any emotional situation. So adapting to your new healthy boundaries, adapting to your new emotional environment. Let's move on to the crystal, and smoky quartz is showing up. Smoky quartz balances and aligns with all of the lower chakras. It acts like a band-aid for emotional wounds. Again, with the 2nd house energy, 11th house energy kind of being challenged here. You could feel a little vulnerable. You could feel a little exposed, right? Even relating to this, the card, right? With the guy being barefoot. This smoky quartz is great for spiritual nutrition too, aligning with taking care of yourself, making sure that you have what you need on all levels, and spiritual hygiene as well, because it's a very grounding, protective, and purifying crystal. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful new moon. Hello, Aries and Aries rising. This Leo new moon is occurring in your 5th house of creativity, love, children, the heart, and fun. Making a trine to Mars in your sign, and Mars is very powerful right now because he's preparing to go retrograde. So this is extra potent energy for you to set intentions around creativity, love, and the heart. Mercury is also trining this moon in Leo, so you're really thinking about pleasure and how you can enjoy life again. Aries, you've gone through a pretty difficult cycle over the past couple of months when it comes to career, especially, and your reputation, and dealing with authority figures, because you've got Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn here, and hard aspect to Mars. So this could be frustrating energy, stop and go, maybe some money struggles. Maybe you can't do what it is that you want to do because your career, your job situation has been a little shaky. But with this fresh energy coming in, this is about you tapping into your creativity, remembering to have fun again, to love yourself, to follow your heart. Let's move on to the oracle cards. And from the psychic tarot, fertility comes up, the Empress. In alignment with this 5th house energy, this could mean pregnancy or children situations coming up. If this resonates with you, if you're wanting to have a baby, there's definitely energy here for that. This could also speak to you creating something new, producing something new. New work and love opportunities are also imminent when the Empress shows up. Fertility card. This speaks to engaging in creativity and nurturing pursuits with that 5th house energy, feeling more connected to children since you've been working from home and make those adjustments. Maybe you've been challenged with that, with this Capricorn energy here. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 441 shows up. This is about being more creative and efficient in your work. Quality, not quantity, should be the focus. Keep your thoughts positive and focused on happy, joyous things. And don't take no for an answer. If you're looking for a job, keep looking. As Steve Jobs said, don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, fifth house, you will know when you find it. So don't compromise. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the dragon is showing up. The dragon speaks to passion, alchemy, and creativity. You are a fire sign, so use the dragon's energy responsibly because it is karmic. The dragon shows up to help you take authority, 10th house, over yourself, self-mastery, learning how to balance your life between work and play. The dragon also helps you to be fearless in the pursuit of what makes your heart sing. Let's move on to the crystal, and selenite is showing up. Selenite, like the dragon spirit, is a stone of personal transformation. Selenite cleanses the mind and aura of negativity, bringing in more clarity. And selenite helps you to connect to your light body and assists you in translating codes regarding your life direction and career, which is also 10th house related. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Happy new moon. Taurus and Taurus rising, this Leo new moon is in your 4th house of family, home, lifestyle, how you feed yourself, making a trine to Mars and Aries, who's becoming really strong as he's preparing to retrograde. And this is in your 12th house of secrets, research, things behind the scenes. This new moon is also aligning with Mercury in Leo, but being challenged by Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in your 9th house. So Taurus, you're really dealing with belief systems, lifestyle, releasing the old, things behind the scenes, perhaps some self-sabotage. Maybe you're looking to bring fresh energy into your home, family, and lifestyle because you're being expanding your beliefs when it comes to how you nurture and feed yourself and what makes you feel comfortable. So this could be frustrating for you. This could be some stop and go energy, but ultimately this new moon is bringing in that newer energy around your lifestyle. And this is very important for you, Taurus. Lifestyle and being comfortable in how you live, being comfortable in your home life is important for you. And with this 12th house energy and Mars supporting you in your solitude, in spending more time alone, perhaps doing some remodeling work, maybe creating sacred space so that you can really begin to connect and do divination work. Let's move on to the oracle cards. And from the Psychic Tarot, the transformation card came out. This is the Death card in Major Tarot. So this speaks to that 4th house, 12th house energy about lifestyle changes, endings, and lessons, how death is, just a cycle, a part of the cycle. This card is also speaking to that 9th house energy with Saturn, asking you to not resist the changes and growth, or you will experience more upheaval, more change, that's not necessarily welcomed. This could also be about you releasing those limited beliefs, those unhealthy lifestyle habits, the self-sabotage, which can only lead to more pain, to more disappointment. So work with these very personal energies, work with your belief systems. The Death card is just about you understanding that this is only the beginning. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 113 is showing up. Angel number 113 confirms that obstacles and upheavals are happening for karmic reasons, and the 12th house is very karmic. Opportunities to change and or release something is actually a blessing in disguise. So angel number 113 is supportive of that 9th house energy, blessings and spirituality. Angels are with you as you go through these transitions. So angel number 113 is asking you to ask your angels and spirit team for support and guidance whenever things get overwhelming. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the cheetah is showing up. The cheetah lets you know that you can't outrun your current situation. You must deal with what is happening. This is a time of accelerated growth, especially with the transformation card here. The cheetah shows up when you are confused about your life purpose or you're wasting energy on a pursuit that is a waste of time and you're not doing it for the right reasons. So cheetah is showing up to help you redirect your focus. Cheetah spirit also shows up when you need to deal with karmic situations that you just can't seem to move on from. Helps you to know when you need to run or when you need to adapt. Let's move on to the crystal, and red jasper is showing up. Red jasper helps you to feel grounded and clears the negativity that has built up in your life, maybe from the things that you're releasing from the karmic cycles and old belief patterns that are coming up for release. Red jasper guards you against physical accidents and psychic attack. So when you're doing spiritual work, you are more vulnerable, right? Red jasper is also about increasing your energy and stamina as you go through these shifts and changes, because transformation can be exhausting. Making lifestyle changes can tire you out. And red jasper helps you to feel grounded and balanced because it keeps your yin-yang energies in balance. So thank you so much for listening and watching, Taurus. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful new moon. Hello, Gemini and Gemini rising. This Leo new moon is occurring in your third house of communication, transportation, the mind. So this is all about you, Gemini, right? You're all about this energy. This is also making a trine to Mars in Aries, who's becoming very strong because he's slowing down, preparing to retrograde. And Mars is in your 11th house of goals, dreams, corporate and business income. So this is a wonderful new moon for you to write down your affirmations. I'm talking about a brainstorm. Write down as many goals and dreams that come to you. Doesn't matter how far-fetched they are. Just get them on paper. This new moon is being challenged by Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn with this Mars here. And this is in Capricorn, your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, trust, and healing. So again, writing down your goals, your dreams, writing down your thoughts, journaling is going to be a very healing experience for you. It's going to help you to get through any transformation. Now, this energy could also speak to money coming in, right? Maybe contracts, negotiations, wills, inheritances. So depending on how this plays out, this energy can be frustrating, a little bit stop and go, maybe some money struggles again with this 11th house, 8th house energy. But this is ultimately bringing in fresh energy on how you think, how you perceive, how you are using your mental power to achieve your goals and to heal. Let's move on to the oracle cards, and the Four of Wands shows up for you, foundations and achievements in reverse. So you may have already reached some of your goals and milestones despite the odds. So give yourself some credit. The Four of Wands reverse also speaks to the 8th house energies of intimacy and trust in relationships. Perhaps there's been some communication breakdowns. Maybe you are in an intimate situationship and the other person has not completely moved on from the relationship that they were in prior to you, meaning they're playing you. You may also be feeling out of balance because of all the changes and shifts that you've had to go through based on your healing, but know that you're on the right path when this card shows up. Use any feelings of not being aligned as an indicator that you need to go deeper into your healing. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 807 is showing up. Angel number 807 speaks to being alert and aware in your everyday environment. Sometimes this number shows up as a warning, so pay attention. Pay attention to everything, to the people, and even to the synchronicities that are showing up, because this is how you're getting guidance. If you've been going through an intense circumstance, angel number 807 is showing up, indicating that there's good news or developments that will allow things to flow more easily going forward. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and Panda is showing up. He's been showing up a lot lately. Panda speaks to having healthy boundaries. Panda also says that whatever intense circumstance you're going through or dealing with has happened as a result of your weak boundaries, perhaps. Panda says that despite the challenges, there is spiritual growth within your situation. And Panda also shows up when you're trying to juggle too many things, perhaps, maybe too many situations, people, or circumstances. So it's time to prioritize your life. Let's move on to the crystal, and black kyanite is showing up. Black kyanite is a high frequency root chakra and earth star chakra crystal that helps you release toxic energies. It helps to cut toxic and karmic ties to people and situations that no longer serve you, that are draining your energy. Black kyanite also opens up the lines of communication with people. So this will be very helpful for you with this Leo new moon being in your third house. Black kyanite is also very grounding and highly protective, and it aligns all of your chakras and meridians. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful new moon. Hello, Cancer and Cancer rising. This Leo new moon is occurring in your second house of income, boundaries, talents, abilities. This Leo new moon is making a trine to Mars, who's becoming very strong because he's preparing to retrograde. And this is in your 10th house of career and reputation, public face. So there's a lot of energy here that speaks to career, money, the money that you make from the job that you have, or from your career, or your self-employment. There is a challenging aspect to this new moon with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn here, making that hard aspect to Mars, your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. So maybe you're having to reevaluate some of the contracts you're in. Perhaps your work is getting in the way of intimate relationships, or maybe you need to focus on your work instead of intimate relationships. But either way, this energy could be frustrating. It could create some stop and go energy. And like I mentioned, there could be some money struggles here within relationships related to work, because there is some restriction energy here with Saturn. But ultimately, this is fresh energy coming in for you to set intentions on increasing your income, maybe setting healthy boundaries, or maybe utilizing your talents and your abilities for personal and professional growth. Let's move on to the oracle cards. And from the Psychic Tarot, the root chakra card shows up. So this is definitely pointing to money situations, income, because the root chakra governs our money, our wealth, feeling safe and secure. And we feel safe and secure when our money's in order, right? When we have a stable job or stable source of income, which could be on the rocks right now, depending on what's going on in your situation with this pandemic. But this card also shows up when you need to create healthy boundaries. The root chakra, like I mentioned, governs money. So be open and receptive to all channels of abundance. This card also indicates that you may need to do some root chakra work, using some affirmations, perhaps, like money comes to me easily. My income is constantly increasing. I prosper wherever I turn. My unique talents, skills, and abilities are in demand. So these are just some examples. Let's move on to the angel number, and angel number 67 is showing up. Angel number 67 asks you to recognize and applaud your efforts. Give yourself a pat on the back. Maybe you have attracted more income, or maybe you know that you are due for a raise. This is also about you increasing your self-esteem and your self-worth with the work that you're doing on yourself. And this speaks to you attracting more suitable relationships based on your self-worth as well. Angel number 67 asks you to trust that all of your needs will be met. So again, use your affirmations. This number also speaks to being courageous and consistent in doing what's right for you, setting healthy boundaries, making sure that your relationship is supportive and nurturing of you. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the dog is showing up. The dog shows up when we are needing to create and protect our healthy boundaries, keeping our own well-being as a top priority. The dog shows up as a warning sometimes too, that we need to be aware of abusing the trust of others or allowing others to abuse our trust. The dog spirit also reminds you to stop and play with your friends to avoid burnout. Move on to the crystal, and pink opal is showing up for you. This is a heart chakra and birthstone for you that'll help to boost your self-love and acceptance. Pink opal is a breakup stone. It helps you to get over any type of split with a peaceful resolution. So maybe this is the case for you. Maybe you're bringing in a new relationship after you're releasing an old one. Cancers have been dealing with a lot of shifts and developments in their personal relationships all year. This stone also supports you in releasing patterns in your life that prevent you from achieving your goals and or having harmonious relationships. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful new moon.